Let me tell you something. My friend Jaron was diagnosed with colon cancer. It turns out it's already in terminal stage. I just feel weird. His company arranges physical examinations every year. How come it wasn't discovered earlier?
In fact, many physical examinations tend to become a formality. There is no focus at all. This is not only a waste of money, but also does not help to diagnose diseases, especially cancer.
When it comes to cancer, various myths emerge one after another. Many of them focus on cancer prevention, Western new technology, traditional healthcare methods, each showing its own magical power. But I personally believe that the key to cancer prevention lies in early screening.
But what kind of physical examination can truly achieve early cancer screening?
I think a complete cancer screening should have 4 parts. The first part is medical history collection, including family history, personal history, past medical history, etc. For example, breast cancer is clearly hereditary. If a family member has died of breast cancer, plus other adverse factors, then he must pay special attention to breast cancer. Personal living habits and working environment can also increase the probability of cancer. For example, people who smoke a lot for a long time have a higher risk of lung cancer. Low-dose chest spiral CT must be used to screen for lung cancer. Workers in toxic and hazardous chemical positions and passengers and personnel in nuclear radiation environments must also be screened.
Cancer is usually a process that accumulates over time, and past medical history is also very important. For example, if a person has stomach discomfort for many years and the Helicobacter pylori test is positive, he must undergo a gastroscopy to rule out gastric cancer.
Therefore, family history, personal history, and past medical history can help doctors identify high-risk groups, determine the next key screening items, and conduct examinations through effective and accurate methods. If you skip this step, it would be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
So what is the second part of cancer screening?
The second part is laboratory tests, such as blood routine, urine routine, stool routine, biochemical tests, and tumor marker tests. Any abnormality in these indicators should be paid attention to. To give a simple example, most communities now conduct routine stool plus occult blood tests for the elderly. The early characteristic of digestive tract cancer is positive occult blood in the stool. In addition, urine routine and occult blood examinations may also detect early urinary system tumors. The third part is imaging or endoscopic examination, such as spiral CT, MRI, gastroscopy, colonoscopy, etc. This is very important for some people who usually do not pay attention to their body changes.
Now, there are many kinds of cancer screening, such as gene testing, PET-CT, and one drop of blood test for cancer. Which one is better? Is the newer the better? Is the more expensive the better?
Of course not. Genetic testing is more suitable for screening and diagnosis of specific high-risk groups or specific diseases. For example, a certain cancer is highly prevalent in the family, or an individual suffers from several cancers at the same time, or develops cancer at a very young age, or has a relatively rare cancer.
Healthy people usually don't get targeted guidance when they undergo genetic testing. PET-CT is more suitable for judging whether cancer has metastasized or for re-examination of cancer patients. Using PET-CT for normal people's physical examination is like shooting mosquitoes with anti-aircraft guns, which is not only wasteful, but also not necessarily accurate. As for one drop of blood to detect cancer, this is the ideal state of the future, because up to now, there is no blood marker test result that can 100% diagnose tumors. Therefore, there is no distinction between high and low cancer screening methods. The key lies in whether it is meaningful, targeted, and suitable for specific organs.
So should the elderly be screened more frequently?
That's for sure, because cancer is more likely to occur in the middle-aged and elderly. But young people should not take it lightly. Just like what I just said, Jaron ignored the improper physical examination, which is a tragedy. There is also a fourth part, regular follow-up. One physical examination does not guarantee a lifetime. Do not mistakenly think that if everything is fine after this examination, you do not need to check again in the future. You must have regular follow-up according to the examination results and your own situation. The interval between re-examinations should be determined based on the results of the last physical examination. For normal people, it is fine to have a checkup once a year, but if there are chronic diseases or abnormal conditions, the specific situation should be analyzed. Follow the doctor's advice to determine the time for re-examination. Cancer is preventable and controllable. The cure rate of early cancer is very high, and 9 out of 10 patients can recover. Early screening of cancer is a visible means of cancer prevention. In short, correct and effective physical examination can completely save your life and is also the most affordable cancer prevention insurance.